It's time for each and every one of us to face a very troubling fact. There exists a significant heroin and opioid epidemic in not only Butler County, but elsewhere across the country. I'm Rich Goldinger, the District Attorney of Butler County. This is my backyard and yours too. Together, we can work to eradicate the high-level drug dealers that supply these drugs to those using them. Heroin and opioid abuse does not discriminate. Users come from all economic backgrounds, are male and female, and may be teenagers or middle-aged adults. With your help and in conjunction with the Butler County Drug Task Force and the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General, we can target those dealers who bring this poison into our county. Please report any suspicious activity to your local law enforcement agency, the Pennsylvania State Police, or to my office. This is our ballpark. This is our county. This is our backyard. Let's all say, not in my backyard. Please enjoy tonight's Blue Sox game.
All right, welcome back to Kelly Automotive Park, where the Butler Blue Sox are going to play the West Virginia Miners in a 9-inning game after we finished that suspended game here with the Blue Sox 4-3 win, which put them a game and a half in the clear of first place. And Joel, that's great, and that momentum is wonderful, and I hope to roll it right into this second game.
Yeah, I think the bright side for the Blue Sox is that first game didn't go too long. About 3.5 innings with that walk-off hit, the walk-off sacrifice fly, with the bases loaded by Damian Maglione. That's the real thing that it stands out to me is how it could have been a lot longer. And I think that's the bright side for the Blue Sox, just because the last thing they wanted to do today was play 2 9-inning games or even beyond that. So now we got a regular baseball game, the originally scheduled one. Alex Stobert on the hill for the Blue Sox.
Yep, from Tallahassee Community College and Knock High School, Alex Stobert, a right-hander, will face the Miners, who come into this game 24-20, or 23-20, I beg your pardon, and the Blue Sox are 26-19. 7 games over 500, the furthest we've been this year.
Yeah, it just seems with every game, the Blue Sox just continuing to, set high marks for the season. Been sensational as of late. Of course, we talk about the success at home. It seems like the Blue Sox are really unbeatable in a lot of ways. The 7 straight wins at home after the game 1 of this doubleheader. You basically have to call it a doubleheader now, but got the big win from that one. Looking to make it 8 in a row here. See what they can do. Yeah, but Stobert on the hill, as I mentioned before, coming in with a 2-0 record, 5.25 ERA. First time he's facing someone other than Chillicothe. He had his last start against them, probably not the way he wanted to go, giving up 5 earned runs, but hoping to get back on the right foot here today.
Well, here's the lineup for West Virginia. Leading off with number 14, Chad Ramsey. He's at the plate now. Number 2, Colby Johnson will bat second. Number 7, Austin Norman will bat third. In the cleanup spot is the DH, number 6, Dan Ward. First pitch, a called strike. 7:48 is the time, and it's actually sunny here after a deluge early on. Then John Hagan will bat 5th, Justin Mitchell 6th, Cody Callaway 7th, Matt DeLeo 8th, and Eddie Gonzalez rounds out the order. Pitch outside 1-1. Defensively for Butler, Ray Gonzalez is behind the plate, Patrick Ferguson at first, Damian Maglione at second, James Meeker at third, Pavin Parks at shortstop, Murphy in left, Carew in center, Mercanja in right. Little foul ball here makes it 1-2.
All the same players we saw in Game 1 back for both teams. A little bit different order for both teams because, of course, as we mentioned, Game 1 being the completion of a suspended game, the lineups were kind of made for the teams beforehand. As that one misses inside for a ball. But a little more flexibility with this one, especially on Butler's side. It looks a lot different in a lot of ways.
Yeah, if you lose that first game, then all of a sudden you could find yourself in trouble here. Line drive right to Carew in right field. He's got it 1 away in the top of the first.
Now batting, right fielder, number 2, Colby Johnson.
Brings up Colby Johnson. He came into that last game as a replacement.
Starter in this one, though.
Called strike. Our home plate umpire for this game is Ron Allett. Garrett Proper is on the bases. Swing through by Johnson. It's 0-2.
Yeah, the change of the umpires. It's vice versa with how the game 1 started. Questionable strike zone to put simply for Proper. A little inconsistent at times. We'll see if that changes here.
Bouncer blocked. Decent crowd here for the weather was a few hours ago. We were delayed twice on a suspended game before we actually got it underway. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Stobert with his first K of the ball game.
Nice pitch, getting Johnson a chase on the outside edge there. Good start for Stobert so far. First ball, Ramsey hit pretty hard, but coming back and getting a big second out.
So, Norman is at the plate. He's a wide batting stance, puts his back foot just on the chalk, or the paint, I guess, here. But I'm going to guess a lot of places with dirt fields, he's He's scooting behind that line, digging it away early.
Yeah, I'd sure think it's probably gone by the end of the top of the first inning when they're on the road.
1-0, good. Off-speed pitch had Austin Norman out in front.
Yeah, I believe the Miners also have a turf field down in Beckley, so it doesn't cause too many problems down there on the paint.
Pitch low. The only grass fields that they would have played at this year, Lafayette. Champion City. Line drive base hit by Norman. Mercanja gets to it and will get it in. But 2-out single for Norman.
You're going to get a couple of those in a game in this middle of the order, this West Virginia team. We talked about how him and Dan Ward entering the day were 2 and 3 respectively among the top batting average leaders in the Prospect League. So it's just a matter of what kind of hits you're giving up to them. That's the biggest thing to watch out.
Dan Ward. Just an imposing figure every time he steps in. Not to mention he's probably about 5 years older than everybody in this league. Called a strike here. He has had a long path to Beckley. He played in at Ohio for a year, then left. Ended up finding himself in a little bit of legal trouble. Then, cleaned up his act, got down to Eastern New Mexico, and then this year played at Tennessee Wesleyan.
Give him some credit for bouncing back. You see some guys, they kind of just stay in those bad habits.
1-1 fouled off.
But, you mentioned the age. It's unsurprising, but nonetheless, like I said, give him credit for turning his life around. This is third year with the Miners for him. Was the last 2 seasons also with them. This has been his best, though.
Yes. He's 26 or 27.
27, okay.
Yeah. Born in 91. Most of these guys were born in 99, 2000.
Yeah, I look at a lot of times I'm right there with a lot of these people age-wise, so it is a little surprising when I see someone that much older than myself.
He's the oldest guy in the league for sure. 1-2 popped out of play. Oh, wow. Hit the top of the stadium and fell onto the party deck.
He talked about being an imposing presence in the batter's box. 6'4", 235 pounds. He mentioned 7 home runs this season to go along with that 352 batting average entering play today.
1-2, little ground ball fielded by Meeker. Throw to first in time. That'll end the inning. 5-3 put out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll go to the bottom half here and give you the Blue Sox lineup brought to you by the Butler Armco Credit Union. Leading off, number 41, the first baseman, Patrick Ferguson. There's more on that coming up. Batting second will be number 22, the designated hitter, Brady Gulikowski, followed by the left fielder, number 10, Tanner Murphy. In the cleanup spot will be the third baseman, number 19, James Meeker. The catcher, number 7, Ray Gonzalez, will bat fifth, followed by the center fielder, number 3, Stefan Mercanja. The shortstop, number 13, Paven Parks, will bat 7th. Davian Maglione, the second baseman, wearing number 21, will bat 8th. And Ben Carew will round out the order, play right field, and wear number 17. And he'll face from Oakland University, number 13, Austin Sherry.
Sherry, the left-hander, making his 13th appearance of the season, 4th start for the Miners, has pitched 33 1/3 innings overall, 0-3 record with a 5.40 ERA. Does have a save as well. As I mentioned, most of his work has been in relief, but today, last start out was July 13th against Champion City. Got a no decision on that one, allowed 4 runs on 5 hits over 5 innings. But Jaron, here's the thing to look out, though. Walked 6 batters among the 24 that he faced in that one. So Blue Sox hitters got to be patient today. Wait out, maybe take a few more pitches than usual. This is a guy who's shown erraticness. He's got 21 walks on the season, but also has 33 strikeouts.
So here's Patrick Ferguson leading off. And the reason he's leading off tonight, usually hits in the 6th spot, is because he made a friendly wager with Cody, our manager, that he was complaining because every time he would come up, he did a solo home run. And he said,
okay,
if I hit another solo home run, lead off an inning, you got to let me hit lead off a game. And then last week, the other night against Chillicothe, he did that. And the first pitch popped up and out of play. So, so he's Cody, a man of his word. Let him bat leadoff here in this game tonight.
Well, why not in game 2 of a doubleheader?
0-1 from Sherry. Is a bouncer, blocked by DeLeo. Defensively for the Miners, DeLeo behind home plate. Justin Mitchell at first base. Chad Ramsey at second. John Hagan at third. Cody Calloway at shortstop. Eddie Gonzalez in left. Austin Norman in center. And Colby Johnson is the right fielder. 1-1. Fastball, and Ferguson couldn't quite catch up to it. The other game of importance today is being played out in Springfield, Ohio right now. And we'll get you a score on that real quick. Ferguson strikes out to start the Blue Sox night at the plate.
Just kind of got chasing that. When you saw from his swing afterwards, kind of wanted to hold it up, but unable to do so. And that's the first out of the ball game for the Blue Sox.
2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Champion City leads Quincy. Of course, they're right in the middle of this three-team race, which I think these three teams are going to separate themselves down the stretch. Chopper foul on the other side of the first base bag by Gulikowski. And it's kind of 1-1.
And if you're Champion City, you're hoping these two teams can beat each other up. Obviously, you don't want one to sweep the other. You're just hoping that, we get a lot of extra inning games, tire these guys out, because, of course, the Blue Sox are going to face Champion City this weekend.
That's right. We'll be out there for the two-game set. Golikowski behind the fastball. We're not going to promise video, but we'll at least have a broadcast out there. But we're going to try to set up the video, and it's going to be dependent on the internet out there. We know we can get an audio broadcast most likely. Little roller to second, and a throw by Ramsey is in time. There's two away here in the first.
Number 10, the left fielder, Tanner Murphy.
We talked about a different little lineup here for the Blue Sox, just changing it around. Murphy usually been a leadoff hitter as of late, but with Ferguson being the candidate for the interesting reason you brought up earlier, Murphy moves down to 3, and a lot of times if your best hitter at the college level isn't batting leadoff, he's usually batting third, which is the case here for Murphy.
Murphy hits it well to the left, but it'll hang up long enough for Gonzalez to make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Sox in the first. We'll go to the second. It's scoreless.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
Number 22, third baseman John Hagan.
John Hagan leads off here in the top of the second. Blue Sox and Miners scoreless thus far. Hagan with long blonde hair. Ready to go. Stobert's fastball is called strike.
Hagan entered today with a 294 batting average. Just off that 300 mark. Boy, the Miners, a lot of guys who really hitting the ball well this season.
Bounce off of Gonzalez's mask.
Entering play today, they had 6 players who have at least a 30 at-bats who've got batting averages over 300. Pretty impressive. It's been the key for them, mashing the heck out of the ball this season.
Little roller up the first base line. Ferguson has it. Oh, he fumbles it, throws it to Stobert, who can't catch it. And that is a routine play that ends up being an error on, I would guess, Ferguson. Yeah, you gotta give that one to Patrick. Unfortunately, it's one or the other. But
Stobert drops the ball, but Ferguson kind of started the whole problem by having a little trouble with that slow roller. So yeah, I would say Ferguson probably going to get the error on that one.
Anyways, leadoff man's on. Yeah, Ferguson bobbled it and then looked like he had recovered in time, but the throw to him, to Stobert, bounced out of his glove. But they just bear down and get the next guy. And that is Mitchell. Here's a pitch from Stobert. Fastball away.
.341 batting average for Mitchell in the left-handed batter's box against the righty Stobert.
1-0, fastball called a strike. Mitchell's one of the few Division I guys that West Virginia has. He goes to Longwood University, which is not exactly a big-time Division I.
And not one everyone's aware about.
Yeah.
But you're right, it is a Division I school nonetheless. So a lot of times with these players, just because they're from a Division I school doesn't mean they're automatically better than those guys D2 or even D3. It's just where guys end up. Schools they choose.
Runner goes. Throw down by Gonzalez is in time to get him. What a throw by Ray Gonzalez. He cuts down Hagan. Caught stealing 2-4.
Third time this season. Hagan's been caught stealing now. 3 for 6 now on the season. Great throw, though, by Gonzalez. Seen at times, getting these runners, managing the base running has been a problem for the Blue Sox, but good start to this game in that regard.
Here's the 1-2 to Mitchell. Outside. Good spot, though.
And now that caught stealing, of course, kind of amends for the errors made over at first base.
Yeah. Bouncer in here, 3-2. Yeah, they were playing, with house money, getting a leadoff error, but then they just gambled it all away, going to second.
You got to know when to stop. That's what they say, the gamblers who kind of struggle with that issue.
Check swing, ball 4. Mitchell works a one-out walk, and now instead of having 2 men on with nobody out, that stolen base attempt gone awry becomes bigger.
It does, because if Hagan doesn't take off at all, he's into second right now automatically because of the walk to Mitchell. But Blue Sox are still hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, getting set for a double play depth on the infield.
Foul ball straight back by Callaway. Wonder if he's a golfer.
Yeah, you would think. You would think.
They're playing the Open this week out in Scotland or one of those countries out there. UK.
A lot of them. I believe it is in Scotland. That is correct.
Throw over to first. Dive back by Mitchell.
For me, I'm always between the Open and the Masters is my favorite. Of the majors, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Golf. I think those are the best. Masters is great just because it's the first one. The season really, that's when it feels like it starts. Obviously doesn't.
Pitch out. But Mitchell wasn't going. I like him. I like all of them except the PGA. It's just.
Yeah, at the end of the year, everyone's checked out. That's the problem. Football's back. It's hard to gain interest in golf at that time. It's just the way America is.
And you have MLB playoff races going, too.
That's right.
Time. Foul ball straight over top of us. It's 1-2 to Callaway.
Oh, that's so funny. We should mention Callaway and potentially being a golfer. My dad's name is Greg Norman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I can't tell you. Yeah, exactly. I can't tell you how many times he gets asked that.
That's funny.
That's usually the first thing people say. The shark.
Yeah.
They go, "How you doing, shark?"
He almost won the Open Championship a couple years ago. Snap throw to first again. Mitchell back in time. 2-2 now on the batter, Callaway.
Hey, Greg Norman's got his own line of clothing. My dad takes a lot of pride. That's the bulk of the clothing he wears.
Oh, there you go.
It's got his own name on it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty goofy, though.
A bluff of a steal out there by Mitchell. He got a big lead, but he'll head back. 3-2 now. You almost want to say that he's probably going to go here.
You would think Gonzalez has been checking a lot in a couple of pop throws, but you got to wonder. You're right. Getting a little antsy over there.
Nope, stays put. 3-2. Hard hit, but foul down the third base line. That was close to being fair. Very, very close. If it all they have to do is go across the base, and it's a fair ball.
Yeah, it was close, right down the line, but did not land in fair territory.
No.
And
if it would have been on the
good
ground,
off the bat.
If it would have been on the ground, that would have been a fair ball.
Mhm.
But unfortunately for Callaway, it was up in the air, so it was able to hook out of play. Yeah, that's a ground ball. That's probably a triple.
You would think, because the way that was bending, if it hits just on the line and goes into the corner, you're right, it's going to take a while to recover that one for Tanner Murphy making that run over there.
3-2 inside, ball four, back-to-back walks here. Have the Miners with 2 men on and 1 out.
So now, we play the real hypothetical
Yeah.
game. This could be bases loaded right now. So it could be a lot worse, but nonetheless, Stobert's putting himself in a jam right here, the back-to-back walks, something to got to find a way to get out of it. 1 out in the inning, so he'd love that double play ball, but
Yeah, it hasn't been clean. They had an error and 2 walks so far.
ugly inning all around.
Time call. Looks like Gonzalez and Stober going to have a quick talk. Let's try to calm him down maybe. He's won 3-2 to the last 2 guys. He just hasn't gotten that strike 3.
The pitch count getting there, that's what the issue is. We talked about this last night, with Nick Bucci on the mound. Got to find that strike 3 pitch. You've got to find a way to get it. If maybe the breaking balls aren't going, you got to find that fastball command. If you don't have that strike 3 pitch, you're playing with fire in a lot of ways.
At least just an out pitch. Something you can get a weak grounder on.
Yeah.
Stober checks second. Now will come home. Swing and a miss by DeLeo using a pink bat. And he could not catch up to that one because it was well out of the zone. Got a good job of Stober fooling him there. Check. And here's the 0-1. So that's to the backstop. And now both runners will advance. Wild pitch by Stobert. And the Miners have runners at second and third. Now the mistakes are just compounding themselves here.
Yeah, free bases.
Yeah.
The 2 base on balls, and then, of course, the error at first. That didn't end up hurting, but Blue Sox playing with fire a little bit. We talked about going back to the walks. Stoper walked 4 in his last outing when we gave up 5 earned runs on the 12th. That was a real issue. 2 already today.
1-1, hit the center field. Mercanja has it. He's going to fire home here. He's got a good arm. And the throw is in time to get him! Mercanja throws out Mitchell at home plate to end the inning. Woo! I was just going to say a double play ball was out, but it wasn't.
Got it out anyway. The old fly out to center, throw home to gun down the runner. An absolute laser beam from center field from Stefan Marcanja. He got a great read on it, camped under it, got ready to throw, and wow, just unleashed a heck of a throw to home plate.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we'll go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless thanks to Mercanja's right arm.
Third baseman James Meeker.
Bottom of the second here, I said Mercanja's right arm. He throws left-handed, and boy, did he throw a strike from center field to the catcher, Gonzalez. Ball hit the left field by James Meeker, and underneath it is Gonzalez. He's got it one away. But, yeah, that was outstanding throw by Mercanja to get the final out last inning. My goodness, he just perfect. Couldn't ask for a better throw.
Yeah, just the way he's set up to prepare for that one. A great jump at third base from Mitchell, but that just is a testament to how strong that throw was. It just hit Gonzalez chest high, was able to make the perfect execution on both sides.
Here's Ray Gonzalez. He fouls the first pitch off from Sherry. Sherry, not a big guy. I would say listed like 5'10", 5'11", but he throws pretty hard from the left side.
Yeah, we're seeing a decent velocity from him, listed as 5'11", as you guessed. Yeah, finding a way to throw it in there.
Foul ball again by Gonzalez.
Good velocity on that one, attacking him. Gonzalez on the outside of the plate, but he's got an interesting delivery, too, from what we're watching here. Just really a lot of motion in it. Not just obviously the arm, but just take a look at how he rocks back and fires.
Here's the pitch, line drive into left center. Base hit, maybe two here for Gonzalez. He's busting it around first. He's going to be there with a stand-up double with one out here in the second.
You're just complimenting Sherry on his fastballs, but you throw too many, the hitters are going to get used to him eventually. And Gonzalez, they're getting a good rip on that one.
That was a well-hit ball right back where it was pitched out in the left center. And Sherry probably left that one in a place that he didn't want to for Gonzalez just to turn on that like he did. Now Mercanja pops the first pitch up into shallow right center. Norman's calling everybody off. He's got it 2 away. A little anxious there, maybe.
It looked like it. Yeah, a lot of times it seems like it just, no way to really back it up. And so often it seems when guys, make a big play in the field, they come up to bat pretty early in the next inning, but maybe it's still a little amped up from that throw he had.
Yeah, he was probably looking first pitch fastball.
That too.
And he got what he liked. He just got underneath it.
2 under, yep.
So 2 outs. Pavin Parks. A little swing and miss at Sherry's first pitch.
Oh, that's a fastball from Sherry like you keep talking about. I haven't seen too many breaking balls. Might be saving those for deeper into counts, but he seems really intent on attacking hitter's first pitch with a fastball.
Here's the 0-1, another fastball called strike.
If you're the Blue Sox here, you kind of wonder if they're going to get impatient as you keep seeing all these fastballs. You've got to figure out where he's got to learn with each at-bat, too, where he's attacking, not just your own at-bat, seeing what he's doing with other guys.
Here's the pause. Here's the pitch, and he strikes out Parks, then the inning. Second K for Sherry, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left at second base. We'll go to the third, still scoreless here in Butler.
There you go.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
Top of the third here in Butler. Scoreless ball game so far. 1 hit apiece and 1 error by the Blue Sox. Eddie Gonzalez will lead it off. And Alex Sibbert had a little bit of trouble last inning with a couple of walks, but got help from his defense and Stefan Mercandra.
Yeah, it was a auspicious start really to the inning for the Blue Sox, but they were able to kind of bounce back by getting some good defensive work to get out of a threat there at the end. You kind of wondered if it looked like the Miners are going to strike first in this game, but like we said, that heck of a throw from Mercandra in center.
1-1 low.
Pitcher's best friend, those kind of double plays, the fly out and gun him down at the plate. Don't get too many of them, but boy, you appreciate when you do.
2-1 low again. Stover just having a tough time finding this spot.
You see him right now, he's checking his hand, not liking the grip of the ball. We talked yesterday about, the use of the rosin bag a lot of times. A day like this, you're still going to use the rosin bag, but it's going to be a little damp since it's lying on that wet mound out there. Now he's going to get rid of that baseball.
Yeah, didn't like it. Maybe had too much moisture on it. 3-1. Ground ball to second. Maglione's got it, and the throw is in time for the first out. So he gets a new baseball, gets him to ground out.
That's something to watch for in this game. We saw how the wet surface really played a factor in Game 1 on that bunt that went right back to Gross. Well, he wasn't able to really get it because he just slipped on the grass. I mean, it's been a few hours now since it rained, but it's still a pretty damp field. Ball's getting hit into the ground plenty. That's going to affect things. So that's one of those things. You might as well just get a brand new ball at that point. And that's what Stover did and got an easy out.
Looks like Stover lost the handle on that one. To the leadoff man, Ramsey flew out to right field in his only plate appearance so far. Bit low, 2-0. Not a bad spot, though. Is a bouncer. Again, just rough control so far from Alex in this early part of the game.
He's missing low on a lot of these pitches, too. It's not like they're high. He's attacking hitters low, but the location hasn't been there. He hasn't gotten the hitters to bite either.
3-0. And taking all the ways, Ramsey gets a called strike.
Get a chance to talk about the first time he was up, but Ramsey entered with a .250 batting average. A little surprising to see him leading off for the Miners.
Takes slow ball 4, 1 out walk. Third one issued by Alex Stobert.
With that, Ramsey's actually got more walks now than he does base hits this season. 19th walk compared to 18 base hits. So
maybe it's the on-base percentage that they have him up there.
That could be part of it, but a little surprising. About 320 on-base percentage, but nonetheless.
Throw over by Stobert. Ramsey back. Johnson struck out swinging his first time up. Called strike here on a good fastball.
First pitch strike, too. That's the big thing we saw in those last few hitters. Attacking low, but didn't get those strikes in there.
Now another good pitch. Might have taken something off there, but he gets a strike. Same location, pretty much. And that's a good rebound here. We'll see if Stover can finish it off.
Got a few pitches to play with here, but I'd love to get strike 3 on the third pitch of the at-bat.
Here it is. That is right there. Same spot, but no thank you, says Ron Allett. Maybe a bit low, I'm not sure.
I thought vertically just a little bit lower on that one, but similar location. Just shows that maybe he's attacking that outside edge on those first two.
Framed up for a while by Gonzalez. 1-2, bouncer, nice block, and that's important because that'll keep Ramsey at first.
Ramsey over at first, 4 of 5 on stolen base attempts this season. We did see one throw over, but besides that, not too much of a threat. At least he hasn't been much of a threat moving up too much.
A throw over again. Stobart likes to keep tabs on the runners. He does not usually go more than 3 pitches without at least throwing over. Maybe not a hard pickoff throw, but one runner goes. Chopper foul. Epling tried to kick it, but he missed it.
Yeah, a lot of times the pitchers want to do it just let them know they're there. Because if you're not going to throw over at all, the runner's going to take off much earlier in counts. If you're throwing over before that first pitch or right after the first pitch of the at-bat, the runner knows you're there, knows you're concerned about them. It's all about the mental battle. And a lot of times these younger pitchers, they really want to assert themselves and let the base runners know it's not going to be too easy to go off of them.
2-2 again. Johnson chops it foul into field level.
But on the flip side, a lot of times when you're the base runner, what you're doing, watching the pitcher the whole time, you want to see if he's tipping off when he's throwing over you. And that's part of the problem with a pitcher throwing over too much is that they're more likely to do that. So you look at a pitch-by-pitch breakdown, you're probably going to see little differences in Stobart's approach.
Now he does throw over again. This is 3 pitches. He's right back over there. 2 pitches, actually.
Like you said, yeah, averaging right around that amount.
So if you can figure out that pattern, when he's not going to throw, it's a good time to take off. No, he can throw over again, so he breaks the pattern.
Hey, you know what's really interesting about that one? The pitch before, and this is good on Stobart's part, he did much more of a head movement and then threw over. That time, not much of a head movement, tosses over. You've got to. That's important because you want to do the same delivery each time.
2-2, ground ball right back to Stobart. He'll throw to Parks for one on the first double play. (1-6-3) double play to end the inning. And that's what the doctor ordered here. We'll go to the bottom of the third with the score tied at 0.
Now batting number 21, the second baseman.
Damian Maglione leads off the bottom of the third. Blue Sox and Miners scoreless to this point. Miners have had more base runners. Blue Sox with just 1 so far. The Miners have had 5 base runners. Maglione, hard hit ball, but it will hook foul.
Maglione, of course, the hero of the first game of today, with that sacrifice fly out to left center field, really, in the 13th inning. Looking to continue that today. Good luck for him.
Yeah, scored Meeker on that sac fly. It gave the Blue Sox a 4-3 win. Now he's going to bunt, and that will go foul. So he's laid down a good bunt, and he's hit the ball hard. Both of them went on the wrong side of the left field line.
Well, you know what, though? That bunt, if that's fair, with the way Hagen's charging, I think he makes an easy play at first, actually. He put the ball hard, but I thought if that's fair, the way Hagan was coming in, I think he would have had an easy play, actually. But you're right, though, that foul ball, I mean, what a great swing on that one, timing. Now he's just got to – he's timed them both right, though.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Now he's looking for one in fair territory.
Yeah, he swings it and misses it a high fastball. Third strikeout, second straight strikeout for Sherry.
Right fielder Ben Carew.
Now Ben Carew, who's been hitting the ball well this last couple of weeks, really well.
And he ran a 5-game hitting streak as well.
Yeah, he had a double in that suspended game earlier this afternoon. First pitch is a ball. 1-1 now.
526 batting average for him over this the 5-game hitting streak I mentioned.
Inside fastball. Foul ball here will make it out of play. Carew stays alive.
You look at the last 10 games here, too. Carew, it's not just these last 5. He's got hits in all but 2 of them. And every game during that span has been in consecutive games with hits. So
Quincy is tied Champion City at 2-2. That would, in the top of the 8th, that'd be a big win for Quincy. Seeing as how they've won very few games this year. Here's a pop-up right to Dan Ward. He'll catch it for the, or Mitchell, I beg your pardon, for the second out.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, number 41, first baseman Patrick Ferguson.
The two-way, here's Patrick Ferguson, struck out to begin the ball game tonight. Leading off in this game after friendly wager with Cody Harold that he won. In fact, that he hit another leadoff homer to start an inning earlier this week. I believe that was, of his 14 home runs, half of them have come when he's led off an inning.
We'll have to dig deep in for that one. But
here's the 1-1. Hard grounder, foul down the first base line. I know a lot of them have been solo bombs, but he also had a grand slam in Danville earlier.
he did,
this year.
yeah. I was just saying, yeah, way back on June 9th. But yeah, the majority of his home runs this season have been solo shots.
1-2. Ferguson can't catch up to the fastball. He strikes out to end the inning. We'll go to the 4th. It's still scoreless here in Butler.
Blue Sox presented by the Butler.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
Austin Norman is ready to go here in the 4th inning. He singled. That's the lone hit so far for the Miners. Blue Sox also have 1 hit. You know, it's say that it's a pitcher's duel, but really for Stobert, who's throwing another one to the backstop here, he's worked his way around danger, used his defense a lot, and he's put guys on every inning. He just hasn't. They haven't cashed in.
Yeah, the scoreboard says it is a pitcher's duel, but you're right. You watch this; it's two very different pitchers on the mound.
Strike call 1-2. Yeah, Sherry, on the other hand, is allowed just one base runner, a double by Gonzalez back in the second.
In these last 2 innings, Stobert's gotten double plays to end them as well.
1-2, ground ball past Stobert to Smaglione, throw to first, will get Norman for the first out. He was busting it down the line, but they do get the out.
Boy, he looked effortless going down, too. Just those really long strides. A guy who's 6'1", but big legs going down there. Nearly got in time, but Maglione able to retire him.
So Dan Ward will be up next. He grounded out to James Meeker in his first at-bat. Dan, of course, coming in, hitting, 352?
That's correct, yeah, 352 batting average. Actually adjusted they just updated the stats on the website. So, yeah, 352 batting average for a designated hitter. We usually see him at first, but getting a night off in the field.
Takes a strike here. He also played some third base. Ground ball, Stobert gets up and gets it, and then throws to Ferguson for the out. Some hops from Alex Stobert.
Boy, I've really noticed with Stobert as early in this game is we saw it before a few times, but you notice it more in this one just because he's making big plays with it. But right after delivering pitches, he's ready to field. So many of these guys, you see their legs flailing. And a lot of that's a result of increased velocity, but Stobert does a great job of pumping it in there and then getting ready to field. And back-to-back innings, he's made a play and a comebacker.
Pitch a bit high to Hagan. Hagan from Missouri Baptist, a native of Sanford, Florida, takes again 2-0. Ball hit pretty well to right center. Merconger racing after it. He's got it in the gap. Boy, that's good outfield work from Merconger. He had to go a long way, but he tracked it down for the final out. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless.
And this inning brought to you by the Butler Farm.
Brady Golikowski will lead off here in the fourth. He's ready to go. He will just kind of reach out and punch one to first base. Mitchell tosses to Sheary, and that's a 3-1 put out to begin the fourth.
It's been a little bit of a struggle lately for Golikowski. Look at 0 for 2 in this game. Last 12 at-bats, he's been hitless, and that was right after a 7-game hitting streak ended this past Sunday against Champion Cities. I mean, average still extremely solid, just below 300 right now, but a tough go lately for Golikowski.
Yeah, he had 3 homers in 2 days in that Champion City series.
Go Sox!
Strike call to Tanner Murphy. Flew out to left field in the first inning. Murphy usually in the top of the order, but with Ferguson batting first. Ground ball to Hagan. Throw to first is high, and Murphy slides in safely. That's the one time you want to see a slide to first base on a high throw, and he played it right.
Yeah, you're right. Usually you're faster going into first base, running down the line at full speed, but in a case like that, a high throw, you have to avoid the tag. So instead of doing that, Murphy slides in. Looks like it's going to be an error, though. I thought that might be a base hit with the way he was chugging, but it looks like an error.
Error on John Hagan, the third baseman, with the high throw. Meeker takes a called strike.
That'll help the on-base percentage nonetheless, though. Reaching on an error.
A little chopper to short. Callaway to second for one, on to first. And that's a double play to end the inning.
After 4 complete innings, there's still no score between the West Virginia Miners and our Butler Blue Sox presented by the Butler Health System.
Oh, just as quickly as we get a guy on base, he's erased. And we'll go to the 5th. Chugging right along here. It's still scoreless.
Take it away, Gallen.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
We're just rolling right along here. We're in the top of the 5th with Justin Mitchell, Cody Callaway, and Matt DeLeo due up for the Miners. Scoreless game, just one hit apiece in this one. And side note, Spencer Kale, one of our interns down there, trying to win a smash war. He said he was going to be able to do it, and he just went 0 for 3.
What is he on the season? I'm trying to think.
He's 0 for the season. He hasn't gotten a guy down yet.
I don't think he's even gotten one takedown. Got to work on that, Spencer.
Disappointing. Well, here is the pitch from Stobert. Another knock red. They're both. One guy's getting people out. The other one's flying in the Zorb ball.
Different career paths.
Yeah, slightly. Mitchell takes a strike to even the count of 1 apiece.
And the overall box score for the suspended game earlier, Mitchell was 0 for 3. Did have 2 walks, though, in that game.
Another fastball called a strike. Are you ever going to take someone down? Here's the 1-2 from Stobert, and that's right there for called strike 3. I believe that's the second K tonight for Alex Stobert. First one he's got looking.
Just froze Mitchell on the outside edge there. Just snuck the pitch right in there. And Mitchell got nothing to do. Just got to think about that one afterwards, one he'd like to have back.
Cody Callaway walked in the second inning, so no official at-bat. There will be one now. Ground ball to Meeker, throw across in time, 5-3, put out 2 away.
Boy, we're rolling right along here. This game started, 7:45? You were just saying that right when we got back, excuse me. But, I mean, a lot of times you're happy if you can get 3 innings in 1 hour, right? I mean, I think that's what you're supposed to get typically. But now we're looking at 4 and a half innings getting done in within the hour. 8:41 right now.
Yeah,
Go
we
figure.
got 4 minutes to spare right now. Here's DeLeo. He flew out to center field his last time up, and he's going to take a pitch inside here.
Doesn't it seem like that a lot of times, though? A game 2 of a doubleheader seems to go by faster than that first.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to score. We'll play till the sun comes up tomorrow. Swing and a miss here by DeLeo.
Stover getting back in a rhythm right now. It really looks like he's getting the breaking balls going a lot better now.
Here's the 1-1. Fastball grounded to third off of Meeker, and that is probably going to be rolled in error. That was pretty much right at Meeker. He didn't even have to move, and it just ate him up.
A little hard hit, too. That's a tough play either way. They will give him an error, but I could have seen that going either way. You're right, though. When it's right at you, it's a little hard not to rule an error.
Yeah, when it wasn't like it was a screamer
egregious
in his head
error
or something.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
Yeah, it was on the ground, so that's like one where you're third baseman. You should
gotta pick that. You're right.
Pick that, but hey, it's a 2-out error, and here is Gonzalez, and he's gonna bunt. And Gonzalez is going to field it, throw to first, and it bounces out of Ferguson's mitt, and that will allow the runner to move up. Wow, Mike Gonzalez tried to get the last out, but that's a hit, a single, and then an error on the catcher Gonzalez, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that went in and out of Ferguson's mitt. I don't know. It might have hit the runner.
The way Ferguson was kind of leaning, he was trying to push forward, trying to keep the ball up in his glove. Playing with gravity a little bit there, but he came off the bag and lost the ball in the process. Just kind of a frustrating turn of events here. Looks like they will give Gonzalez the single, and then you're right, the error as well.
Yeah.
Error on Gonzalez, Ray Gonzalez, the catcher.
Okay. That's the official score from Pat Reddick, so that's what we'll go with here too. 99 out of 100, it's going to be on the guy who threw the ball.
Yeah, you're right. Unless it's an egregious job on the receiving end, where you just aren't in the right spot or something, or it's right at you and you move out of the way or something. But
the real thing that hurts though is if he lets that go, I believe that's going to roll into foul territory.
I think so, and we've got at least one run coming in, probably a second as well. And who knows where Gonzalez ends up on the base paths, but. Back-to-back errors for the Blue Sox, 3 on the game. Usually this is something we've been talking about lately. They've done a good job of kind of limiting the errors. If they commit them any at all, it's usually only been 1 a game, but we're pretty early in this ball game. But
3 spot.
Yeah.
Ramsey takes a called strike. He walked last time up. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs, still scoreless. Still, there's now 2 hits for the Miners. And now time called.
Frustrating for Stober because it looked like it was going to be a 1-2-3 inning, and now here you are battling with runners on the corners, but 2 outs still, so just any out will do.
Yeah, Josh Forbes go out there and talk to Alex Price. Said, hey, keep doing what you're doing. We'll pick you up. We got you in this situation. Now, never mind. As a ball is thrown to the backstop, and coming in to score is DeLeo. Boy, that hurts after you get a routine grounder to third, and you should have the inning over, and then the compound it with that bunt. All of a sudden, a run comes in, and it's now 1-0 Miners.
Yeah, you can see it on Stobert's face and the expression right there, right after that one. He's pretty frustrated with himself. Pretty emotional pitcher.
Here's the 1-1. It's grounded to first. That really hurts now. And Stobert's going to get there to record the out. But the Miners score 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 man left stranded. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Miners leading at 1-0. Bottom of the 5th, West Virginia 1, Butler nothing. And Ray Gonzalez will come to the plate. He has the only hit so far for the Blue Sox. That was back in the 2nd inning.
And a two-bagger out to left center field. Gonzalez now trying to hope he bounce back because the wild pitch that allowed the run to score one he probably could have had, even as low as it was. You saw it go right through the 5-hole. Sometimes it's good to see a guy who contributed to helping the other team up first to start the next inning, looking to amend his mistake.
Sherry's going to throw 2 up above the letters, and it's now 2-0. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez takes high, and again is ahead. So Sherry comes out a little wild, I should say, missing high all the time. Now he misses outside, ball 4, and Gonzalez doesn't even have to take the bat off his shoulders. 4 wide ones, and he's headed to first.
Yeah, all fastballs, too. We talked about Sherry, especially early in these counts, wanting to establish his command via fastballs, but couldn't really get a strike one called at all in that at bat, and he lost Gonzalez. Good start to the inning for the Blue Sox.
Mercanja takes a called strike. Popped out to center field. Back in the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1. Oh, way behind the fastball. Gonzalez with a bit of a lead at first. Sherry checks him, comes home. Mercanja takes outside. You remember earlier you talked about Sherry having a lot of walks in his last outing against Butler. And there's a ground ball through the hole, a big hole between 2nd and 3rd. And a single puts 2 men on. And nobody out. Well, that was only the first walk that he's allowed, Sherry. And
I mentioned that at the beginning of the broadcast because his last start out back on July 13th, 6 walks in that one as opposed to only 2 strikeouts. Well, this one, he's got the strikeout going, 4 strikeouts compared to 1 walk, and now 2 base hits with that single by Mercanja.
Yeah, he's had a couple of games this year. That 4 walks, 4 strikeouts against Lafayette, and 4 1/3. So a couple of times he's lost the handle.
Only 3 starts without a walk.
Parks bunts one out of the stadium. There's a rarity.
Yeah, that's a first. A little too much contact on that one.
Looking for a sacrifice here with nobody out and 2 runners on. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Maglione on deck. Parks takes low, but he showed bunt again.
It's one of those cases, Parks didn't play in game 1. He's running a 6-game hitting streak here. Take the bat off your shoulders and swing it, I'd say. You got a runner in scoring position here. Probably already he's going to score on a single, even though Gonzalez isn't a fast runner. But
wow. The third baseman was right ripping in. Now Sherry bobbles the ball on a sacrifice, and that will be an error. Both runners move up. The bases are loaded with nobody out. That's, I guess, why you bite. You let him make a mistake.
That's what we talked about in game 1 when we saw a few bunts early on. We saw the mistake by Gross. It's just kind of hoping the pitchers are going to make some mistakes. Sherry almost looked like he had a definite out at third base as he was getting ready to throw. They got a good spot positioning defensively, but nonetheless not able to make a play on any base. And, boy, here we go for the Blue Sox.
A big opportunity with Maglione. This has not been a clean game at all. That's a 5th error in this ball game already.
Combined, absolutely. Yeah, so give a sacrifice and an error on that one.
So a walk, a single, and an error have the bases loaded. It's still a sacrifice hit for Parks. Here's Maglione. He came through with the bases loaded last time. And, pop up on the infield. This won't get it done. Mitchell makes the catch, 1 out.
First pitch swinging too. That's what hurts. We talked about it earlier. It's an interesting approach for the Blue Sox. You look at how many walks Sherry has. Maybe on one side you say, let's wait it out. Let's wait for our pitches. But on the second side, you say, wait a second, he's pumping fastballs, and they're 90% of his pitches. Let's swing it. Yeah, I want to swing at my fastball. So it's complicated. It's hard to say which approach is really better.
Gonzalez at third, McConja at second, and Parks at first. Carew fouls one off here. Ben is 0 for 1. He popped up to first base his first time up. But Ben has been riding a good streak here.
167, though, with the bases loaded and 6 at-bats.
So far, 36 strikes, only 11 balls. Make that 37 strikes. 0-2 now on Carew. 11 balls so far for Sheary in this game, and he's pitched 4 1/3.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. But, I mean, obviously the one walk this inning. But
4 of them came this inning, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
in a row.
That's remarkable.
0-2. Outside, good take by Carew.
He had that command early on. We saw strikeouts in every inning. Entering the fourth, had a little bit of trouble. There was an error as well, but got that double play ball. But then this inning, boy.
Carew with the line drive right to the shortstop Callaway. Mercanja caught off second base, is going to be doubled off to end the inning. Oh, God. We've had a lot of good luck lately, even when you're winning a lot of games at home, but that was the opposite of good luck there.
Yeah, I got to catch up eventually, and that was the case there. I mean, I don't know if you want to lament Mercanja too much, but you got to get right back to second where you see where that ball's going, but almost hit too hard by Carew, and final outs of the inning.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left stranded. Go to the 6th, 1-0 West Virginia.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
Leading off for the West Virginia Miners in the top of the 6th inning. For 2.
Top of the 6th, West Virginia 1, and Butler nothing. Unfortunately, bases loaded situation with no outs, and the Blue Sox do not get any runs. Last inning. Foul tip by Johnson on a pitch from Stobart. That will start the 6th. That's just a rough luck there whenever a ball's hit hard by Carew right to the shortstop Callaway, and then Mercanja just no chance. In fact, if there would have been nobody out on that play, there's a good chance they could have got a triple play out of that.
Probably fired to first, you thinking? Yeah.
Oh. They would have had an opportunity. It's a high fastball, 2-2. With how hard that ball was hitting, because everybody with that hard hit ball jumped off the base.
Absolutely.
They're ready to run, and it was just right at the guys. And now Johnson will strike out here. Third K for Stobart.
Second time he gets Johnson, too. Tough day at the plate for Johnson. 2 strikeouts and ground into a comeback or double play.
Yep. Norman is 1 for 2, singled in the first. Here's the pitch. It's popped up, and going back is Meeker. Coming in is Murphy, but it'll land on the other side of the line, foul. This is one of them no man's land balls.
Yeah, it was close down the line, and Murphy gave a good run at that, just couldn't quite get there in time. You know, where it landed, though, I almost wonder if Meeker would have had a better play on it, but that's tough to range back like that and try and make a play like that. But like you said, no man's land in between them.
Norman, ready to go. Here's the pitch from Stobart. Chopped off the plate. That's a fair ball. Stobart will get it, toss it to Ferguson, and there's 2 away.
Another play by Stobart off the mound. He's made 3 in this ball game. Whether it's him making it, he's also been on the receiving end of one as well. So very active defensively. You like to see that from your pitcher. And he's looking for only a second 1-2-3 inning of this game. Could have had one last inning, but things kind of spiraled out of control at the end.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Dan Ward at the plate. He's 0 for 2 thus far. Stobart's ready to go. Here's the pitch. It is swung on a miss. Ward couldn't catch up to it.
82 pitches now for Stobart on the evening.
The 0-1 right there for a called strike.
Gonna need a little help, though, to change up his potential decision in this game.
The 0-2, fastball low. Not a bad spot, though. 2 strikes.
I'm going to get Ward chasing a bit outside on that, but you can do that in 0-2 count.
Ward with a little flare that is caught by Maglione just on the outfield grass. And that will end the inning. The Miners go 1-2-3 in the top half. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Butler trailing 1-0.
This inning break is brought to you by Mr. Spigot and Next Door Best. The first base.
Bottom of the 6th, Patrick Ferguson due up first. Hey, he's hit a lot of leadoff home runs this year. Maybe tonight's the night. It looks like Switalski's going to DH. Gulikowski might be over. He's been struggling with a hand issue.
Gulikowski?
Yeah, so he's maybe just feeling that again here tonight. Ferguson swings and misses. He's down 0-2 after a curveball.
You know, with or without that issue, he might have come out anyway to face because Switalski, a right-handed hitter against a left-handed Sherry, you know, just to change things up a bit potentially.
Ferguson strikes out for the 3rd time. And he's gone down swinging 3 times. Now it's going to be Jamie Switalski who will pinch hit and most likely will stay in as the designated hitter here.
Second time today he's pinch hit as a designated hitter. Going to enter. Looking for that first hit still. We mentioned 0 for 3, on the season.
He hit the ball hard in that one at-bat that he had.
The first one, I believe, was
First
it?
at-bat, yeah. He had, 2 in the game. He's ahead 2-0 here. In fact, he got hit, and they wouldn't let him go to first base.
That's correct. And the second one, a pitch inside.
Called strike, 2-1.
We should talk about that. We got big news just a few moments ago. Quincy defeated Champion City 3-2.
Yeah, that's a big interleague win. I tell you, the Jebs have had a rough year, so for them to go out and beat Champion City tonight, that's going to keep us in first place no matter what happens today. Check of the swing, no, says bases umpire Garrett Proper. So Switolski, who draws the lead, a one-out walk here.
All right, you look at how the division is right now. The Champion City is a game and a half out of first place. So with that loss, they've fallen out to 24-20. Blue Sox right now ahead in the loss column with 19 losses. They are 26-19 with that win.
7 games over 500. And now Murphy's at the plate. He takes a ball. So no matter what happens here tonight, the Blue Sox will at least stay a half game in first place. Although you'd like to get another win here and vault yourself to a game and a half at the clear.
Correct.
There, the ball hit the left field. It's going to be caught on the run by the left fielder, Gonzalez. Boy, he takes at least 2 away from Murphy, especially on the dive. If he dives and misses that, that's going by the center fielder in the back, Norman, and all the way to the wall, and maybe Switolski's around the score. And instead, it's an out.
By the time that was caught out in left field by Gonzalez, as you mentioned, Switolski at second base, he had to bust his hind to get all the way back to first on that one. So I think he probably would have come around to score, even though he is a bigger guy. But great catch out there to prevent a run.
Yeah, with 2 outs, here's James Meeker. He grounded into a double play last time. Won't be able to do that here.
Yeah, with two outs in the inning. Correct.
But he has had a pretty good bat this summer. Time call. Looks like Sherry and DeLeo are going to have a quick talk. They're actually battery mates at Oakland University, so they know each other well.
Okay.
That's a rarity in the prospect.
Yeah, you don't see too many. Sometimes you see teammates, but to have a battery situation, that's pretty special. Having a connection like that. We've talked about before, 4 guys on the Blue Sox from Kent State. It's a neat connection. Maybe you have them telling each other, hey, come play this summer out in Butler. You know, it's neat doing that. It works a lot of ways for recruiting, but, boy, it takes it to a new level when you get the battery combination that you just mentioned.
We've had some great players come out of Kent State to play here, pitch outside. We had a kid, Eli Martin, went the first half of the season in the bullpen and didn't allow a run.
Wow. That's remarkable.
Yeah, he was. It was like 18 appearances, and he didn't allow a run. Bouncer in, I should say, and it's now 2-0 to Meeker. And then also George Roberts, who played professionally. He was a Kent State grad. Played in Diamondbacks organization. Here's 2-0. Meeker hits the ball to dead center. That will hold up long enough for Norman to make the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 7th. West Virginia 1 and Butler nothing.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
third baseman John Hagan.
John Hagan leads off in the top of the 7th with the West Virginia Miners leading the game 1-0. Just 2 hits for the Miners tonight, but they've been able to scratch out a run. Butler also with just 2 hits. Stobert's delivery is in there for a called strike. Hagan thought about bunting, but pulled it back.
Been much to the chagrin of fans if he had, of course, trying to get that strikeout here for the free Big Mac.
0-1, swing and a miss. Uh-oh, 0-2. There it is.
Stobert looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. Boy, Hagan just about adjusted both of his gloves twice apiece. You see that too?
Yeah.
Whatever works, right?
Here's the 0-2. Hagan watches the pitch miss low. This gives Jay a chance to talk again.
He loves to talk, so.
He loves the Big Mac. 1-2 delivery. In there for a called strike 3.
Congratulations for getting your Big Mac.
1 away and a Big Mac for everybody in attendance.
First time in a little over a week we had one. Last Tuesday, I believe, there was one in the first game. Actually, no, in both games of that doubleheader against Chillicothe. Back on track.
Mitchell, that's play. He walked and struck out so far tonight. Check swing, ball to the backstop.
Worth mentioning, though, we talked about the struggles of the Blue Sox offensively in this one. They haven't been shut out this season, and their lowest run total in a game, win or lose, has been 3. They've done that on 5 different occasions, won 2 of those 5 games. So history says there's going to be some more runs to be scored in this game. Let's see how many more the Blue Sox can get.
The 1-0 is a strike on a swing through by Mitchell. Yeah, I believe we're the only team in the league that has not been shut out. 1-1, or hasn't been involved in a shutout.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, Bucci threw the one shutout, so we've been involved. The Blue Sox have been involved in shutouts, but
that's right. Yeah,
haven't been shut out.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that we did have the 3-hit shutout. So we're the only team in the league that hasn't been shut out.
There you go.
I think. You'd have to. I don't know if those fancy stats you got could tell us that.
See what I can do.
We'll just go with it. 3-1 now to Mitchell. Yeah, foul ball out of play. Payoff to Mitchell. Inside ball 4, 1-out walk. Now turn it over to Callaway, who is 0 for 1 walked. This is same part of the order that Stobert had trouble with in the second inning, back-to-back walks. Hopefully that's not the case here this time with Callaway at the plate.
You think about these final 3 also problematic a little bit in the 5th. I mean, of course, Callaway grounded out then, but then back-to-back errors didn't help things out with the batter on deck, DeLeo coming around to score.
Stobert's delivery is there for a called strike. Nice pitch. The 0-1 runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second, and they got him! What a throw by Gonzalez, a tag from Maglione, and Mitchell is out. Second time that Gonzalez has thrown a runner out here tonight.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 on the evening. Great work behind the plate. And it's you want to see, we talked about this before, that catcher position, almost a revolving door because of all the depth, but Gonzalez doing great work defensively.
0-2 outside. Yeah, he's done a great job here tonight. The only mistake that he made was probably not letting that ball go foul on that bunt and trying to force a throw to first.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he's been outstanding. Oh, just a bit low, and now it's 2-2.
Stober looks like with these early struggles he had in this game, especially that second inning, he's really bounced out of them in a lot of ways the deeper we get.
2-2, check swing. He says he went, I think. That's strike 3, and that's the end of the inning. They had to wait for Gonzalez to tag Callaway, but he does get the tag on him.
And ladies and gentlemen, this 7-3 inning stretch is brought to you.
So it's stretch time here. West Virginia is still holding a 1-0 lead.
So let's all stand up and sing. Take me out to the ballgame.
Ray Gonzalez, who has one of the 2 Blue Sox hits, will lead off here in the 7th. In fact, he's been on base twice. That's the only Blue Sox player that's been able to accomplish that thus far tonight. 1-0 the score in favor of West Virginia, and Alex Stobert has kept the Blue Sox in it. He had a couple of rough innings. The defense helped him out, but at the end of the day, he's only allowed 1 run through 7 innings.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Only 2 hits as well. We mentioned those walks, a little bit of issue. Has walked 4, struck out 5, though.
0-1 is called a strike. Ray Gonzalez in the hole here. Sherry just rolling right along.
He's working quicker now, too. He's had a deliberate delivery for most of the game, but getting right back up there and firing right now.
0-2 check, swing, appeal, and they say he went. Strikeout, 1 away.
6 now on the day for Sherry. Blue Sox just they're puzzled right now at the plate. Really looks like they're getting a few chances, but as we get deeper and deeper into this game, leaving the bases low in the 5th, really starting to sting.
Yeah.
Especially in a 1-run ball game.
Yeah, with nobody out, too. Well, Mercanja singled in the 5th inning. Turns on one a little too quickly, fouls it out of play. Steffens had a big last 4 or 5 games. Of course, homered last night, tripled last night, threw a guy out at home tonight.
5-game hitting streak came to an end, though, with he couldn't get a hit in his 1 at-bat earlier today. But, yeah, nonetheless, though, he's been raking lately. Brought that batting average up to 234.
A 1 high.
Which might not sound like that's that great, but you look at 10 games ago, he's hitting 139 on June 28th. So give credit where it's due there.
Mercanja takes low again. Yeah, it's
he's been feeling it at the plate. Whatever changes he's made, they've worked.
Whoa! Look out! Look out! Look out! Look out! My goodness! Tim Epling almost got a bat to the head. It reminded me of the Seinfeld episode where Kramer was coming in and the tennis racket flies out of the guy's hand and hits him in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was going so slow at them. It was like a helicopter. But they were able to get...
From this far away, it looked slow, but right there, boy.
They got Tim a helmet. No, he says, no thanks, I'm good.
Looked like that was Hagen giving him one. Or no, I apologize. Some more hair to Hagen. He's over third still.
Yeah, it is similar. I don't know who it is, though. Come on, put a helmet on. Put a helmet on.
Epling says no.
No, I'm good. I have great reflexes. Don't worry. You see me get out of the way of that?
Acting by Epling, voiceover by Jaron Steele.
Yeah, that's right. It would have been much slower. He's got a good southern draw.
It does. It does. You see that from a lot of people in West Virginia. They talk a lot slower.
Well, anyway, now it's just a strike. 2-2, swing and a miss, and back-to-back Ks for Sherry here.
Got that fastball going. That's mostly what he's been firing. A few off-speed pitches, a couple of change-ups we've seen in there, but really for the most part it's been that fastball, and he's just painting the strike zone against the Blue Sox this evening.
7 Ks now. Pavin Parks sacrifice E1 his last time up. Here's the pitch from Sherry. Parks holds off on a curveball that missed the outside corner. Called straight here. 1-1. Parks struck out in the second inning. One check swing.
Looks like he fouled that off.
Yeah, I guess he did get a piece of it.
Only the 73rd pitch of the game there from Sherry. So you look at where we are in the ball game, end of the 7th, and he's an out away from staying under 75 pitches. Pretty remarkable.
It's a strike away from doing it. Here's the 1-2 from Austin Sherry. It's there for a called strike 3. And he strikes out the side here in the 7th. He's just dealing here this evening. We'll go to the 8th, and it's still West Virginia leading 1-0.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
New pitcher for the Blue Sox here in the 8th inning. Wyatt Doherty will take over for Alex Stobert. Alex with a fine performance, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So great job by him tonight. Unfortunately for him, the Austin Sherry has been equal to the task, and it's a 1-0 ball game as we go to the 8th.
Yeah, we've had ourselves a heck of a pitcher's duel this evening. Like I said, Stobert deserved a better fate, but earned run average is going to improve, but best the Blue Sox can do right now is get him a no decision. Now, Doherty on the mound, though, for Butler, 2-0 on the season with an 0.79 ERA in 6 appearances, all over 11 and a third innings pitched. Most impressive stat, though, over that time, 12 strikeouts in that time. Good stuff from Doherty as of late.
And he's only allowed 6 hits in 11 innings. That's pretty darn good, too.
Hasn't allowed a run since July 3rd. That was only his 2nd appearance of the season, so that's 4 straight appearances, all but one of them multi-inning appearances. So looking to keep up the good work that he's had as of late.
First man that Doherty will face is Matt DeLeo. Eddie Gonzalez will bat second, and then Ramsey is also due up in this inning. Pitch is low to DeLeo. Doherty from Butler. He's went to Butler High. Goes Slippery Rock University. Swing and a miss here.
Back-to-back local pitchers for the Blue Sox this evening. Of course, Stobert, now Doherty.
2 Butler County hometown guys. Foul ball here. Yeah, then, of course, tomorrow night we got Lapiana. He's from Hookstown, which is down in Beaver County. It's not too far away, and he will be the probable. He goes to school all the way out in Utah. Plays for the Utes out there. 1-2 popped up. That'll make it out of play.
A little bit of a drive out from Western PA out to Utah. Sometimes you see guys want to do that. They just need a break from home, or you find a school you like, maybe a little farther away than you wanted, but ends up being the right call.
Line drive, base hit out into center field, and DeLeo leads off with a single.
Number 21, left fielder Eddie Gonzalez.
Eddie Gonzalez will be up next.
First hit for West Virginia since the 5th inning when Gonzalez singled and then got to second on an error. Excuse me, it reached. Yeah, he did reach second on the error by Gonzalez, the catcher, that is.
Yeah, it was on a bunt.
That's right. Yeah, it ruled it a single.
Yes.
But then because of the mistake, he was able to advance another 90 feet. But yeah, since then, Miners' bat's been pretty quiet, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings before that base hit.
Oh my! I believe that was a wild pitch. It hit off the umpire's chest on a bunt attempt by Gonzalez. Time called. And I'm thinking that Gonzalez said, hey, Ray, that is, not Eddie. Ray is saying that was bunted into him.
Umpires won't hear it, though.
Well, they're going to discuss it. Oh, he did call it a foul ball, I believe. Or, yeah, strike. And they're going to send the runner back to first, I believe. They would have to if it's a strike. Well, we're going to have an argument from Tim Epling. Let's see here. It didn't hit his bat.
I didn't think it did either.
Didn't. Unless they're saying that he didn't get his bat out of the way in time.
That's what you're saying, like interference? That would.
Well, then he'd still be going back to first. No, I'm saying like it was in the strike zone.
Oh, I see.
But that wasn't the case either.
It would have been a strike. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't the case either. They got hosed there. That shouldn't have been a strike.
Yeah, it didn't look like his bat made any contact with that.
Well, anyway, the wild pitch moves the runner up. No, because if it was a foul ball, then the runner has to go back.
Correct.
So they didn't call it a foul ball. So they just must have said that he held his bat in the zone long enough to be a strike. And I have a hard time understanding that one. So West Virginia still gets the guy up to second, though. Gonzalez will swing away, fouled into the net. That's where it'll stay. Even with Ramsey pulling on it, couldn't get that ball down.
Stuck in the net.
Yep. Now it's 0-2. It's inside. Nice job by Gonzalez to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Ruled that ball a passed ball to Gonzalez.
You know what? If it's called a strike and it's, they couldn't call that a strike in the zone, could they? Go back and
I'm
see
not
that again.
sure.
Pop up on the infield. And Parks gives way to Murphy, who comes in from a long ways out in left field to make the catch for the first out. Because that ball wasn't in the zone. It wasn't even close.
I guess the ruling is he kept his bat in long enough that he offered at the pitch.
I guess. I don't know. A ball that hits the umpire's chest is not a strike.
You know what, though, Jaron? That's the way today's going. It's just what happens when you get these long days of baseball, right?
So I guess since it was a strike, they had to call it a pass ball. Because
I believe so.
It didn't bounce into him.
I believe you're right there.
It hit off his mitt and then up into the chest of
Correct.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Goofy sequence of events.
Well, anyway, it 1 away, 1-0 count on Ramsey. Fastball called a strike. 1-1. Sorry. Got a little excited there.
Discombobulated with trying to figure out
It's been a long day.
whether Gonzalez offered on that or not. Or
2 rain delays, raking the field. An extra inning game that started, went 4 innings, pitch misses. Parks thought, out at shortstop, that was a strike. He threw his arms up. It was close. Probably could have went Doherty's way, but 2-1, fouled off into the net. It's coming back. Oh, almost got Outlet in the back of the head. He wouldn't have ever known it until it's too late.
You mentioned raking the dirt, though. For your part, for General Manager Patrick Reddick's part, dirt behind home plate looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give the credit to Pat on that one. Pat, Cody Harold, his dad, Ben, come down. Josh Forbes out there raking along. I was just kicking stuff.
Looks good.
Fouled out of play by Ramsey. But, yeah.
It looks like it almost didn't even rain out there.
Yeah. It didn't look like that, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. But, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was a goofy day because Game 1 was supposed to start at 5:30. That didn't happen. Minutes before the rescheduled first pitch is about to start at 6. It rains.
2-2. Ring him up on a curveball. Ramsey goes down looking for the second out.
Just froze him on that pitch. Ramsey's talking about that with Johnson. Maybe didn't like how far outside the zone that was, but maybe that's what he's also telling Johnson in the process, saying maybe that stuff outside's getting called. Watch out.
Johnson, we already talked about how rough he's had the afternoon. 2 strikeouts and a ground into a double play. Called strike here.
For the most part, though, I thought this strike zone with all it behind the plate has been much better than when Propere was back there.
0-1. Low. I would agree with that. No.
Consistency. That's all you ask for. If it's going to be that outside pitch called to the other team, you want that called for your guys.
1-1 upcoming. A check of second. Here's the pitch from Doherty. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Johnson couldn't catch up. Now he's in the hole. Going to try to dig his way out with that insurance run sitting out at second. 1-0 West Virginia. Doherty's pitch. Chopped off the plate. This is it's going to be a single. No chance for Meeker. No chance for Doherty. 10-foot single for Johnson. Puts runners on the corners with 2 outs.
That's a stinger there, too. We mentioned coming in this inning, only 2 hits on the day for the Miners. They've doubled their total with 2 in this one. That's the weakest hit single you're going to see on the evening.
And that's going to extend the inning for Norman.
So what you didn't want to do if you were Doherty, get right into the middle of the order, face the big bats, Norman, Ward, and Hagan.
Gonzalez goes over the signs with the infield. Force at second and force at first, and 2 away. Called strike. You feel like 1-0. The way Sherry's pitching tonight is a tall hill. 2-0 would be a mountain. Bouncer, good block by Gonzalez. He got out quickly and made sure that thing was going to hit him in the chest protector.
He did. He's done a good job most part for keeping balls in front of him. We talked about the wild pitch way back in the second inning and another one in the fifth, and then the pass ball this inning. But for the most part, for where pitches have been, he's done a good job.
The 1-1 inside. Norman slides out of the way. He might have bought some there because he's standing right on the plate.
He is.
So anything that's going to come inside is almost going to hit him. 2-1. Fouled out of the stadium.
You see where he starts when he's getting ready. He's moving the bat with his right arm, his right foot almost right on the line, almost parallel to his left foot, but he'll pull it back just a little bit right before he starts. See, right now, that right foot right there, but ever so slowly moving back, but not too far.
2-2, another foul ball by Norman.
So yeah, he's right on top of the plate, crowding it. So that inside pitch that goes right across the plate, but you see him shrugging his shoulders. It's going to buy yourself a ball call there.
Another foul ball. Oh, twofer tonight in the net.
Two's a party right there. Nearly the same spot as well as the other. Can't see it on the broadcast, but boy.
He's got a buddy now.
There you go. Not alone. That'll probably be broken up after the game, though.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2. Again, ground ball. Maglione's got it at second. Throw to first in time to Strand, the two runners. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and as I said, 2 men left stranded. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Butler down 1-0. All right, here we go in the bottom of the 8th. Butler down 1-0, but an opportunity here to change that with Maglione, Carew, and Ferguson, the 3 due up. Sherry's still on the hill. He's had himself a night. Allowing just 2 hits through the first 7 innings. And with that, they've only had a few base runners. This ball's popped up into left field, and Gonzalez has plenty of time. He'll make the catch 1 away.
Now batting number 17, Ben Carew.
6 base runners. 2 of them have come on errors, though.
Yeah, that's what's really stinging right now. And only 4 men left on for the Blue Sox. And so they haven't gotten as many scoring chances, or they've kind of run themselves out of them when you have to grind to the double play in the fourth, and then
Ben Carew tries to bunt. It goes foul anyways. He slipped and fell. So if that was fair, he would have been he definitely would have been out. But thankfully, it went foul.
Yeah, for his sake there. That's something he's just kind of, we talked about slippery surface still. It hasn't rained for 3 hours now, but the lingering effects of it a little bit.
Here's the 0-1. Carew checks his swing, takes a called strike. Ferguson on deck. Foul ball by Carew to stay alive. Yeah, if Carew gets on, then after that it would be Murphy and Meeker. I'm sorry, Switalski, Murphy, then Meeker.
After Ferguson.
Yeah, Carew strikes out. Here comes Ferguson with 2 away.
Now batting, number 41, first baseman Patrick
Just
Ferguson.
been a wonderful performance by Sheary. And this is what makes that first game so important that we got that W earlier this evening.
Because you just run into a hot pitcher in the second one, right?
Yeah, we absolutely have. Miners do have 2 guys getting loose, but
it's like a just in case.
Yeah, they're just getting ready in case, I don't know, the bottom falls out here.
This is a season high for Sheary.
Curveball swing through by Ferguson.
Yeah, the 8 innings are at best for him this summer. The 8 strikeouts also at best.
Swing and a miss again. Goes back to the curveball. One thing that I noticed tonight is Sheary has used a lot of off-speed stuff around Ferguson.
He has. We saw him attacking almost every single other hitter with fastballs, but Ferguson, the
1-2. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Ferguson's got himself a 2-out single.
Now batting, number 35,
He said, "You can throw that at me again, I'm going to hit it."
It looked like that was a bit of a slider, honestly. A little bit movement outside the plate. Ferguson kind of reached out there and got the bat on the ball. But you're right. It was been attacking Ferguson with a lot of off-speed stuff. And great adjustments, though, by Ferguson.
Well, here's Switalski with Ferguson at first. He will take a pitch high and away. Then after that, it's Murphy. If Switalski can reach here. A little 2-out lightning. We've seen this a lot this summer. Switalski takes high, 2-0.
Just get guys on right. Only need one. Only need one run to tie the ball game up.
2-0 popped up. Way up there. Center fielder Norman called off by Johnson. He makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 9th. Butler down 1-0.
And the winning number is 1,000,000.
Everyone's favorite part of the week is Thursday because that means it's Thirsty Thursday. Come out to Kelly Automotive Park each Thursday to support your favorite hometown team, the Butler Blue Sox, and enjoy our special concession prices, including $1 draft beers and 50-cent pops. Tickets start at just $7 and can be purchased online at butlerbluesox.net and or by phone at 724-256-9994. Let's go Blue Sox!
Dan Ward leads off here against Wyatt Doherty in the top of the ninth. West Virginia leading 1-0. Doherty's first pitch goes sailing by the mitt of Gonzalez. So right now it has been all Austin Sheary tonight. The Blue Sox pitching has been just close to, very close to him, but unfortunately the difference in this game was a couple of errors and a wild pitch, and that's the only run that's come across to this point.
No, not even an RBI. That's the crazy thing.
2-0 delivery. Ward hits it to deep right center field, and Mercanjo will watch it smash off the scoreboard for a home run. Oh, that was ugly to watch. Right. Dan Ward has done that to us so many darn times, and he does it again here.
8th of the season for Dan Ward, and like you said, kind of just a no-doubter right off the bat. Wow. Smash that one off of here. I don't see too many of that part of the ballpark either. Just about dead center off the scoreboard.
Good Lord. Well, that's two. That's the insurance they needed. At least gives them a little bit of breathing room. I've never seen someone hit the scoreboard here. Oh, no, I take it back. That's the second guy I've ever seen hit the scoreboard here with a wooden bat, and the other one was Giancarlo Brunoni, but he was left-handed.
Wow. Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about that ball Ward hit. That's to the opposite field, technically, since he's a right-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss by Hagen. 1-1 count.
He hit it just over that spot. It says who's at bat.
Yeah, thank goodness. He might knock the lights out of it.
We were talking about that earlier with Patrick Redden. He said some troubles with the scoreboard earlier today with this rain, so Pat was probably crossing his fingers when that one was headed out there.
1-2. Here's Doherty's pitch. Check swing. It's high. He'll ask for an appeal, and he'll say no. This Garrett Proper, the bases umpire. 3-2 upcoming. It's popped out of play. Here's the 3-2 again. In there for called strike 3. Hagen showing up the umpire, but it just has to head back to the dugout. Oh, he's really upset with him. Throw him out if he's going to act like that. Jeez, oh, man.
It's out anyway, but...
Yeah. He's headed back to the dugout. He just threw his bat down, threw his helmet down. And, well, I can understand frustration, but you got to be a little more mature than that. Swing and a miss by Mitchell. He's walked twice and struck out once. He wants the pine tar after that first swing.
Fourth home run all time by Dan Ward against Butler. That's over 3 years in the Prospect League with the minors.
Yeah, he just rips
second this season.
Yeah,
versus them.
He hit one here last year that was over the left field fence. It probably went 430 feet. It was just. It was like one of Patrick Ferguson's home runs. Mitchell down 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. And it's swing and miss, strike 3, and back-to-back Ks for Doherty here after the home run. And he also, Dan Ward, hit a walk-off home run against us this year down in Beckley.
That's right. That's right. That was the only other one this season. So having some success. It's his second all-time here at Kelly Automotive Park.
The ball's hit the center field. Mercanja is back, and he has it for the final out. Dan Ward's home run gives the Miners a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the ninth.
West Virginia Miners lead our Butler Blue Sox 2.
Blue and a blast.
Tanner Murphy will try to get something going here for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the ninth. They trail 2-0. 5 hits for the Miners, 2 errors. Blue Sox with 3 hits and 3 errors. And Dan Ward provided some insurance last inning with a monster shot off the scoreboard. Thankfully, it was a solo shot. And it keeps the Blue Sox close here. Sherry looking for the complete game. He has been outstanding here tonight. Called strike 1-1 to Tanner Murphy.
Murphy hitting .286 as a leadoff batter this season. 4 of his home runs have come in that spot, actually.
Sherry with 62 strikes, and now 63, and only 26 balls. That's just the guy who's in the zone here tonight.
The command has been impeccable, but too, like we said, when you're throwing as many fastballs as he does, you're going to get a lot of swings and misses as if you're missing the bats.
The 1-2. Murphy hits it to left center. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Murphy's around first. He's headed for second. He's going for 3. And he's going to be there with a leadoff triple.
Stand-up triple at that for Murphy. Only his 3rd triple of the season, but puts the Blue Sox in a good spot right here because, you know, he obviously, if not for that home run by Ward, Murphy's the tying run, but now game-tying run is at the plate.
Hagan and Sherry having a long talk. Arguing about something, or just maybe
they're talking about a play at the plate.
Maybe, or just that run don't matter. Don't worry about that one.
I'm not sure. Scouting report potential. I'm not sure.
Ooh, Meeker called strike. Almost got hit by the pitch. Good Lord, come on. Let's be serious here.
Just watch where he's standing in the box. Might be like what we were talking about with Norman, where Norman's right up on it, but Meeker a little bit farther back too, so it is a bit surprising.
0-1 bouncer, good block by DeLeo, and Murphy used to put out there because you don't want to make that first down at home. But he didn't even really think about coming home there. Here's the 1-1, low. Now action underway in the Miners' bullpen. You can understand why. It is. It's one swing away from being a tie game. There's a called strike. That's a good pitch from Sherry.
As you mentioned, one swing away. Meeker, 2 home runs this season with runners on, hitting .386 and 57 at-bats in that case.
Here's the 2-2, and Meeker strikes out on a good curveball, 1 away.
Now batting number 7, the catcher, Ray Gonzalez.
Boy, sure, he hasn't gone to those off-speed pitches much, but when he has, they've been lethal. And that one, Meeker just, as soon as he started swinging, knew it was too late, but really looking silly with that one. Great pitch by Sherry.
Well, Greg Gonzalez has had a good night, and he's going to pop one out of play. That'll land outside the stadium. But, he has a double, a walk. He did strike out his last time up, but he's been one of the few guys that's been on Sherry tonight.
Only Blue Sox to get on base twice in this game, actually.
Fans are into it. Here's the pitch. And Gonzalez behind it. He's down 0-2.
You know, if you're the Blue Sox in a case like this one, you have to look on the bright side. After no hits in the 6th and 7th innings, only 2 hits through the first 7. They've gotten 2 hits in the last 2 innings off of Sherry. So you're hoping maybe that command is faltering a bit in this one as he gets deeper and deeper into the game.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez takes high. Gonzalez will strike out here, and now there's 2 away.
Now batting number 3, Stefan Marconja.
That's now 11 strikeouts for Austin Sherry. He's 1 out away from a complete game. Stefan Mercanja is the last chance here for the Blue Sox. We'll see if he can keep it going.
As incredible as it is, he's about to get that potential complete game. Only the 90th pitch here.
Bouncer into DeLeo. 2-0 here. Murphy at third. One 0 low as well. Right-hander throwing in the pen. I would guess that if Mercanja gets on here, he's ahead 3-0. He will maybe.
If he walks, I don't know.
He might be the last guy he faces. Although Parks is a lefty. Pitch called a strike, 3-1. Look at that side armor out there.
I think Parks is his last batter if we get to that spot.
3-1, called strike 3-2. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play. Right-hander's ready. He's come off the hill. He's standing out there just in case they need him. Here's the payoff. It's hit to right field, and that will be caught out there by Johnson to end the game. It just was not the Blue Sox night here tonight. But that'll happen from time to time. It ends a 9-game home winning streak, and they'll just try to start a new one tomorrow.
Yeah, best way to look at it, Jaron. The Blue Sox have been rolling as of lately. You're going to lose a few, but it doesn't take away from the work they've done lately. And as we've said before, when you play in a doubleheader, even if it's an abbreviated one because of a suspended game, it's extremely, extremely tough to sweep both games. We saw Butler do it last week against Chillicothe, but that's an extreme circumstance. You can't expect that to do that every time out there. And as you said after the first game, it was huge just to take game one because, as we said at the end of the conclusion of that game, it was at the end of the day today, win or lose the second game, the Blue Sox would still be in first place, and that which they are now at 25-20.
Right back where we started the day with West Virginia, one game separating the two teams. Blue Sox fall to 26-20, while the Miners improved to 24-20. Of course, do it again tomorrow night between these two teams. Really, the only scoring tonight, this will be a quick recap.
Yeah.
We had an E5 that allowed DeLeo to reach with 2 outs. Then he moved to a third on an E2 on a bunt attempt by Gonzalez, and then he scored on a wild pitch to make it 1-0 in the 5th. And then Dan Ward had a solo homer in the 9th, and that was it. Blue Sox had the bases loaded with nobody out in the 5th. A pop up by Maglione to first base, then a line out double play where Carew hit the ball to Callaway at short, and then he doubled off Mercanja at second base. That was really the difference tonight. That was the only time the Blue, other than the leadoff triple here in the 9th, they can't get anything out of that. But that was the real threat that went down the drain.
Yeah, a real pitcher's duel tonight. And you look back at it, Sherry's just fantastic. Only throwing the 4th shutout by a pitcher in the Prospect League this season. Just a fantastic showing from him. In a lot of ways, you say Alex Stover probably deserved a lot better for the outing he had. The only run that came in on him was an unearned one. And at that, I think that was his finest start of the season by far. You look at, he's going to get the loss, but over 7 innings pitched, 1 run unearned, as I said, 2 hits. 4 walks did hurt him, but 5 strikeouts. He looked pretty solid tonight, but just couldn't get the help offensively in this one.
Well, the Blue Sox do remain in first place. They're 26-20 overall, and but they fall in game 2 of this 2-game extravaganza that went well into the evening. But final score here, 2-0. Joel, thanks. You did a good job as always.
Appreciate it.
We'll do it again tomorrow. Matt did a good job on the computer in there. And I'm Jaron Steele. Thanking everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 7:05, when the West Virginia Miners take on the Blue Sox here. Brandon Nyland, the probable for West Virginia, and Josh Lapiana will be on the hill for Butler. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.